Yeah, peace greeting to everyone. Yeah, my name is Ogunbuyi Victor. I'm here to talk about React Router, and I'll be making use of W3 Schools as my documentation guideline for teaching this React Router. You know, in so many applications, you know, it used to involve different pages. If you look at this page now, we only have just we are talking about this current page, but if you look at this HTML is another page entirely, this CSS is another page, and not to talk of all these ones, no website that will not involve pages. So we have to learn how to move on how to route from one page to another using React. And the best tools to use is to make use of a React router. What are the things needed for us to use a React router is by us installing the React router DOM into our application. And for us to do that, we have to type this thing like npm I. This I means install React router DOM, and I will have to do that in my terminal, because I can come to my terminal here by dragging this up. If your own is down like this, your own might be down totally, then you just have to drag it up. So once you drag it up, you can come to the terminal and type npm. You can type the install in full, react router dom, react router dom. Then once you do this, it's going to download the available package for you. And if assume you want to use different version, like if you want to use the latest version, you have to include at and what latest. Let's assume you want to use version 5, you just put at 5. If you want to use 6, at 6, at 7. All depend on the latest version, all depend on the version in which you want to do. So after that, after running that, you are going to see that it's going to come to your package.json here. You will see dev dependency react. Like my own, I've already done it before, so I have 7.13 version on it. So now on this current page, I have created a simple page out which I want to use for this tutorial. So I've already run this, and I'm having welcome to React router. So it's already loading. So what I just have to do is I just have to write my React router, follow the instruction from W3 schools, and get it done. So let's get started. So after that, the first process is done, which I have installed. You can see for the latest versions and etc. So the next thing is for me is to create a page folder, a pages folder. So I have to come into my source to create my page folder. So this is my source. So I have to create a folder here, and I'm going to name it pages. So inside those pages, we are going to have all these links: the layout, the home, the blogs, the contact, and the no page.js. Maybe if someone type a wrong URL, or the person enter a wrong URL, it should display no page.js. So now, how do I do that? So let me create all these JS file, or I can use it as JSX file inside my app.js. So the first one is layout. Always make sure it starts with capital letter. So the second one is I think is home dot jx. The next one is blogs, and the next one is contact the js, and the last one is no page, so that anyone who enter a wrong address, there should be a page that is going to tell the person, oh, you are in a wrong page. So that is how it works. So I've done creating all the 5 pages which I have here. So I need to add a snippet functional component called to it. So I'm going to make use of RCFE. So it's going to bring out the template for me. If you are wondering how I type that shortcut that give me this particular thing, if you are wondering how I typed it, so you just come to this extension here, then you look for EX7 plus React Redux. This you just have to install it. You can search it here and it's going to bring it out for you, then you install it. So once you install it, you'll be able to make use of it. So you just have to write a functional component using the shortcut for everything. So let me do that in a couple of minutes, because that is what I'm going to use. Okay, I think I'm done now. Now, still, after checking my work, everything I've done, nothing is showing, but all my pages is ready. All what I want to do now is to write the code, so I'll be able to move from one page to another. So the next thing I have to do is I've fulfilled this promise by creating a folder and creating the JX file in it. So the next one is inside my app.js. I have to involve all this code. Number 1 is to import React DOM. Number 2 is to import browser React router, route, and route from React, because these are the tags we are going to use. Then we are going to import all the old pages we have created. So for me, not to waste much of our time, let me copy this. Then I will move to my, let me take away all these. Let me take away this package.json too. I'll come to this my app.js. This is the root folder for everything, where the home page where we are seeing. So I'll come to this place. Then the next thing I will do is I'll paste those things. This normal one, all these other ones we imported are from these pages. Just only these two we have to, the React DOM and the browse React router is the one we have to import from React. I believe nothing is new here, because we have to do this, because this browse router is the one we are going to wrap everything inside here, inside the route and also the route, in order to define each part which everyone is going. So the next one, I will have to go back to my code and see the browse router. So if you look at it here, they wrap the first one in a browse router, follow the conventions, that is the routes, the different routing which you are going to have, and they use this route to identify each one. So I will replace this with what I have in my app.js, because I want it to be moving from one page to another. So I'm going to replace this with what I have in my app.js. So after replacing it, it shows that, oh, my page is already set up. All what I have to do now is, if I check, I can see that okay, no page.js does not match. Oh, let me check the spelling which I have in my page.js. Okay, I use capital small letter here. Oh, in React it's always good to make use of camel case. So whenever you want to type a new word, always let it be capital letter. So that is the best practice, and that will not allow you to have errors. So now I'm currently in my layout page. You can see I'm currently in my layout page because this is the layout which is working as the home page because it's having this slash. Anyone that has this slash is already working as the home directory because it does not include the home page, it does not include the blog page, it does not include. So we have to have the home page. So the home page, the index page, you have to have only slash. So it's going to know that okay, this is the home page. So we are good to do, we are good to go like that. So now if I check now, maybe other pages are working. I can try to check. Maybe if I move to blogs, you can see I'm still having this. So I have to include the routing link, which is important. I have to include the routing links. So for us to do that, I will have to do that in my current page, which is this my layout page. So I have to include my routing link in this my layout page so that I can move from one page to another. So you can see the explanation for it here. We wrap our content first in a browser router, then we define a route for everything so we can have multiple routes. Then we have what? So then we have the nested route, which is going to be the first one. So the nested route, which is going to be the first one, is going to have a slash and render the layout component. That is, the first one here is going to render the layout component. That is rendering this page as our index.html page. So now, then we now have the other ones. Additional route is being added like blogs. The home page component route does not have a path but has an index attribute. So and that specified that the route as default route from for the parent route, which is what slash, and the settings part for the star we add to catch undefined errors. So this one that has star, whenever you use star, it means that if they mistakenly type any route which is not correct, it's going to go to this no page found. So uh, this other one is going to work as a default page that can specify the parent route. So and we also have other pages being created. So in our layer component, we need to include another package from React Router DOM, which is the outlet and the links. I'm going to tell you the difference between the links and the a tag, the anchor tag we used to use in our HTML. So let me import this thing, which is also part of the package in React Router DOM. So let me come to my layout, then I import this at the top. Now here I have to use the React fragment. I have to use the React fragment here so I can have a multiple stuff inside it like this. So from this place, inside my React, I can add a multiple layout from it. So for me to do that now, instead for me typing all this, I can just copy. Okay, I've already added this fragment. This fragment I want to use. Okay, this thing I have to wrap this thing up now. Let me first of all wrap it. So inside it, Okay, now inside this fragment is when I want to have my the navbar link. So this navbar is going to have a list on ordered list. It's going to have an unordered list which is going to have the link inside it. So it's just like normal process. So let me just come to this place. Like, I don't want to be typing. So like for me creating I think I have to have I think I have to cover this. Now it's just like normal thing for me to create a navbar, and inside the navbar I created an unordered list. So in that inside the list, for us to make use of this thing, so I have to make use of the link, but I need to wrap it inside this outlet too as well. If you look at what we have here, so it has to be wrapped. We have to include the outlet under here too as well, so we can make use of it as well inside the fragment. Okay, so we have to have it here because even though we don't have the outlet, it will still work. But since we have it in our, we have import it at the top, we have to make use of it, so we are not going to have any error. So now if I try to check, now you can see I have the home page. It's an unordered list. So it's an unordered list. All what I have to do is the link aspect. The link aspect, I will just have to create just normal thing. When you create your list finish, you just have to type it link, and to means where it's going to, and you are going to put the name of the directions there too as well. So like this one, I think this one is contact. Then the tag is being closed, so they have contact. So it's just a normal thing. The only thing we have to include is the contact. This on other list and this navbar is what we know in our HTML. So if I click on this home, we are already in home page. If I click on blogs, you can see it changed to blog, because the reason for including this outlet is for me to know where I am at the moment, so I can be able to see that okay, I'm in this current page, so now if I click on this contact, you can see we are now in what contact. Now I can even change it directly from this URL at the top here, which is blogs. So if I click on blogs and I press enter, you can see it changed to blog. But once I'm clicking on it, it's changing. Now there's one particular important and one of the great benefits of using React Router DOM. This is it. Let me now use the normal HTML tag, which is the A tag, so you can know the difference. Contact from HTML. A tag, let me use A tag. Then I have to import the href here. So the href is going to be the direction contact. This will still work, but let's check. Now if I refresh this page, we can see I have the first one. Oh, he's joining together. Okay, instead of this, let me create another list entirely. Let me create another list under and take away this. So I want to have something like this. Yes. Haven't I taken it? Okay, let me take away this one now. Hmm. So it shows that this one is the React one and this one is the HTML one. So if I click on this, it changed to contact. If I click on this, it also changed to contact. Now, I don't know, maybe you notice the difference between the two is this. Whenever you are dealing with React Router DOM, it will not allow the loading of the page to go to the server before it loads the page back to you. It's going to do it with a JavaScript React that's going to render the page before getting to the server. So if you click on it now, look at this place at the top, you will see there is no refresh, which is you click on it, it moves, you click on it, it moves. But when you click on this, which is an HTML tag, it's going to go to the server and refresh everything, bring it out and load. You can see it's loading data here before it bring out the same thing. That is one of the greatest use of what? Links. So you have to know that, okay, when you are using React Router, you have to make use of link so that it will avoid loading of pages, so that everything will load using the React Router DOM package instead of using this href. So I would like to end this class on React Router DOM now. So thank you very much for your time, for learning React Router DOM with me with our W3 School.